On this episode of the Procedurally Generated Show, Ethan summons a persona and Tony goes back through Cuphead. We talk about the week's biggest news and answer your questions. Well, howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Procedurally Generated Show. I'm your host, Tony, and joining me this week, I've got Ethan.
Hey, Tony.
What's going on?
When's the last time you listened to Huey Lewis and the News?
I have a playlist of music on YouTube called what I call my best listening playlist, and it's got one Huey Lewis, and I cannot talk. Huey Lewis and the News song on it. So sometime this week, because I usually listen to it about once a week.
YouTube is like hitting me up with random music based on what I listen to, making its own playlist for me to hear. And it makes a very weird playlist for me, and this just happened to pop up in there, and I was like, heck yeah, this is great.
If it did that for me right now, it would be all like classical music. I've been listening to a lot of classical music at work lately.
Oh, nice.
So it would be Beethoven and Bach's greatest hits right now is what my YouTube playlist would be.
I can just see them both on the cover of a single CD case, the dark shades on, posing.
And you know, like that, one of them's bent down in front of the other one with his hands on his knees, all trying to
And
look
the,
cool.
the other one's not even looking at the camera, he's too cool.
Exactly. But in reality, it's just because he couldn't hear the guy telling him to look at the camera to take the picture. Oh, sorry. That was me.
Aww.
He's been dead for long. I don't think
He's gonna come back from the grave and haunt you now.
I hope not.
So you'll get an exorcist to take care of that part, and then he's gonna come back as a zombie, and then you'll take care of that, and then you'll have to deal with the demon form.
I do not want to have to fight zombie Beethoven.
No one ever does.
So yeah. Very different from Huey Lewis and the News, though, my playlist right now.
I love that name, Huey Lewis and the News. It's just it's like you just said you were listening to them, and you said this to kids nowadays. They'd be like, "So you're listening to the news? What's in the news?" It's like one of those only '90s kids will remember things.
The power of love is in the news, man. That is.
Oh my gosh, that was another song that they did. I got to hear Back in Time,
Yeah.
which is pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of people would only know them as that music from the Back to the Future movie.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the only reason I know them.
That's probably where I was introduced to them, but I have listened to a bunch of other Huey Lewis songs. My daughter is making tons of noise over there.
Yeah, she is. What's punching people or something? Starting a fight club?
She's just moving her chair and making noise, and now she's all like embarrassed because we're recording, and she made sounds that people could hear. It's okay, Becca. Well, what have you been playing this week, Ethan?
Well, I did play Destiny 2.
Okay.
No one cares about that, so we'll skip
I played a
over
little
that.
bit of not Destiny, so
Who's that talking in the background?
Patrick.
Dang you, Patrick.
Ethan says, "Dang you, Patrick."
He
can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, I played a little bit of Destiny 2. Not really going to talk much about that. What I did play was not Dragon Quest Builders 2.
No?
No, I kind of did not play that this week.
I kind of didn't either. I need to get back to it.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm at a point where I can join your world or you can join mine at this point, right?
Yep.
Good, 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 good. So we need to do that, for fun. But what I did play was Persona 5.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you starting a new playthrough?
This is me continuing a new playthrough I started several months ago.
Ah,
And I think I got sidetracked by two games I was reviewing, and then some new stuff came out, and then I just kept playing Destiny 2, so here we are.
yeah.
And I am on, as of this recording, I'm on August 30th in the game.
And how long does the calendar go?
Let's see. If I if I remember correctly, you can go up to like maybe February or March. It's been like 2 or 3 years since I played the game when it came out. Got to do that review for that and everything, so that was fun. So yeah, it's been a while since I played the game properly and all the way through. And this is just me going through on a continuation or a new game plus on there, just trying to get some stuff done that I didn't do before. That's related to some news that's coming that we'll be talking about here later in the show,
Okay.
which was unrelated to me playing the game this week. Kind of related to me playing the game this week.
But now it all ties in together.
Yeah, I mean, I was already gonna replay it, so it's like, yeah, this works.
Yeah, that series is one that I know I should play, but I don't know that I'd ever be able to give it the proper time to play through.
Oh, and if those watching this are curious why I don't have any footage up of this game, is because Atlas still has that stupid embargo thing, and I don't know
Yeah.
where it takes place or where I don't know where it starts or where it ends, so I'm just gonna ignore it altogether and not put footage up.
That's probably the best thing to do.
I mean, they have a whole new game coming out and no one knows anything about, and everyone already knows everything about this one practically. So I don't see why they can't just lift that. But it's Atlas; they'll do what they want, and what they want to do is release new fun games, right?
You'd think.
So yeah, Persona 5. That's what I've been playing.
Okay. All right. I have not been playing Persona 5
Well, why not?
because I don't own a copy of it.
I own 2 copies of it.
Yeah, I really should own a copy of it,
It's the
but
part where you're like, it's not a contest.
you probably own more copies of most games than me.
Oh man.
If we want to keep count. Uh,
Yeah.
there's not
Let's
many
not keep
games.
count.
There's not many games that I have multiple copies of. Minecraft, I have like 100 copies of that on every possible platform that it could be on. Terraria, I have a bunch, and Mutant Muds, and that's about it.
Man, you just reminded me. I have, well, I don't own, but I have access to another copy of Minecraft.
Oh yeah,
Well, I mean, you have it too, so that's not that
the
big.
Raspberry Pi version.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is now called Minecraft Pi or Pi Edition or something like that.
yeah.
Uh,
I should put Minecraft on the Raspberry Pi and play.
I don't, I don't think the memory card in there has enough room for you to do that. In fact, your memory
I
card on there, I'm pretty sure is full whenever I got done with it.
really.
Yeah, there
It
should
ha-
not be any room on that.
it had enough room to put micro mages on it.
Oh, I mean, we're talking 45, what, kilobyte? 40
Yeah,
kilobytes?
yeah. That is a super tiny game.
And that's just the NES version. PC version's like 9 megabytes.
I wouldn't even know how you could access Minecraft if it was on the Pi outside of Emulation Station.
You just need to install I think it's called Noobs. It's a basic Raspberry Pi operating system that makes it act like a regular computer, and it comes
Ah,
pre-installed with that. So there you go.
okay. I should get like a mini Raspberry Pi computer. Just have that sitting around.
That it'd be kind of weird for you to do the show from one these days.
I could have it's just a Discord server,
Well,
a Raspberry
now I'm
Pi that
curious
just
if
has
that.
Discord on.
Let's see if that can be done. Raspberry Pi Discord.
Can you do Discord on Raspberry Pi? I would imagine you might be able to. I don't know. I don't know if this.
Installing Discord on Raspberry Pi. There it is.
There you go. Uh, so now I have been playing Cuphead this week.
Cuphead.
So, uh, yeah, Jake has been wanting to for a while go back and play through Cuphead on expert mode with me, and uh, this week we did. I haven't been playing Dragon Quest this week because I was waiting for you to finish Island 3 on there, and then we just played Cuphead. 3 or 4 nights this week. Um,
You said you're playing on it, what, extreme mode or something?
yeah, expert mode.
Expert.
Yeah.
How's that going?
We're about 2/3 of the way through all of the bosses. Um, the ones that have been giving us the most trouble, or the ones that gave the first one that we played that gave us the most trouble was the first one with where you're an airplane. It
Oh yeah,
was who was it?
it was
Oh,
the
the one
blimp
that turns into the moon. Yeah, the blimp, the Zeppelin
Zeppelin.
lady.
Yeah, her.
And we played that one and played that one, played that one, kept dying. I was like, okay, we're just skipping it. We'll come back to it later. And at that point, I said, we're not doing any airplane levels until we finish all the other ones. And so we've been skipping all the airplane bosses and just playing through all the other ones. And we're on to the third island. We've done a couple of the bosses on the third island. And before we get to King Dice, we're gonna have to go back though and play through all of the bosses that are the plane levels.
Yeah, you need to have
Uh,
their. There's what, three of those?
there's 3 or 4.
I know
I
there's
don't remember
the
exactly.
Zeppelin and the robot.
And the like Egyptian one,
Oh, right, the genie. So that's three.
and I think there's one more somewhere, but I don't remember for sure.
I know on the robot there's a quick kill that you can do on that one, so that should help if you look that up.
Maybe.
As for the Zeppelin lady,
Yeah, there's one more that I can think of that's late in the game because I can see it in my head, but I can't remember who it actually is. So I think there's 4 altogether. Um, but expert mode in Cuphead is
oh,
really hard.
Medusa.
Yes, that's it. That's the one.
Yep.
So yeah, it is very very difficult, but like we've actually found it. While the levels are harder, we've actually sort of found it easier to get through these because we've played the game once already, so we know a lot of the patterns. It's just that they're faster or a little bit more random, and
Okay.
so it takes a little bit of getting used to the new speeds and figuring out the slight changes in the pattern compared to playing the game on the normal difficulty. So while the individual levels are harder, it's been easier to get through in some ways. Um, so we've had lots and lots of deaths though. We actually found the death counter somewhere in the game, and I was embarrassed by the number that was on there.
How bad was it?
It was somewhere around 2,000 deaths, I think.
Oh my gosh.
It was a lot. Um,
What was your death count on Mutant Mud Super Challenge?
I don't know. No idea.
Like a fifth of that?
So, um, but that's playing the entire game through twice on multiplayer only. So it's two people's worth of death. I'd say probably 2/3 of those are mine compared to Jake's, because I die a whole lot more than he does. He's better at video games than me though. So, but yeah, it's been super fun. But I'm not looking forward to having to go back and play through those airplane levels.
It could be worse. It could be like water levels
That's true.
where you're like a submarine or something,
That's true. That's true.
or a sailboat.
All that will be in Cuphead 2.
Don't even joke about that.
I'm really looking forward to that cartoon when it comes out. I have no idea when it's actually going to be available. Probably like one is when it will launch on Netflix, but I'm very much looking forward to the Cuphead TV show.
I keep forgetting that that's a thing.
That is a thing. Absolutely a thing. So, but that is all that I have been playing. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and we'll talk about the news. So, Ethan, would you be interested in watching a video presentation about independently developed video games?
Maybe.
Would you be interested if Nintendo was sending out a video presentation about independent developed games?
Also, maybe.
Well,
I mean, if I wasn't, I wouldn't learn about a new game that would be another The Messenger.
that's true. That's true. You're in luck though, because if the answer is maybe or yes, Nintendo at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time on Monday. So by the time
By the time I'm
Patreons
getting to work.
Patreons have this video, they'll be able to go see this. By the time most people are hearing it, this news will already have happened. But there's an Indie World Showcase is what they're calling it, at 8 o'clock Monday morning, that Nintendo says will last about 20 minutes for upcoming 2019 releases, and these are all independent developed games.
Hmm.
So,
I recall watching an indie thing they did a little over a year ago, I guess.
mhm.
And there was like one game I was really interested in. It might have been E3 last year, for all I can remember. And then that game finally came out. Oh, like I want to say like 5 months ago, if that.
What
And
game was
I
that?
don't remember, but I do recall the
Oh,
reviews are like, yeah, the game's kind of garbage. So I'm glad I didn't buy the game, but I mean, something that looked like it had promise, and for it to be such a letdown just made me a little sad.
well, I have no idea what to expect from these like indie presentations that Nintendo does, but they are, have since the launch of the Switch definitely put a big emphasis on independent developed video games, uh, and there's always some things that look really cool that come out of these presentations. Uh, but there have been a couple of people speculating of some things, not game releases specifically, except for one. People are thinking maybe that the next game that is published by Microsoft, developed by another developer, though, may be shown off during this presentation, and that's Ori and the Blind Forest.
That hmm, isn't that owned by Microsoft? The
That is owned by Microsoft, yes.
interesting.
So, or it is a Microsoft exclusive, if nothing else. So, That's one thing. Then I saw a thing on Twitter this over the weekend that said Super Hot is probably going to be a part of this, and it could be stealth released the day of that presentation. So,
Super hot.
which
Super
I
hot.
really liked on PS4. Uh, this will probably not be the VR version,
Oh,
so uh,
yeah, don't get your hopes up
unfortunately.
for that.
It's going to be the non VR version, even though Switch technically can do VR now. I don't know that the VR version is going to be announced during this, but still, the regular non VR version of Superhot is really fun to play.
Yeah, and if you do it right, you can break the game in a cool way and get a recording of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like I had
that's
that death happen on Victory or something. I had to replay a level with the death
mhm.
animation happening the whole time. That was really great because everything's just pulsating in and out or something. It was really weird.
Yeah, and I guess for anybody that doesn't know what Superhot is, it is a first person shooter, but it's not your typical first person shooter because uh, nothing happens on screen unless your character is moving.
I think
So
the bullets still move. They're just
they're
super
super
slow,
slow. Uh, and that gives you time to react to them and get out of the way of bullets that are being fired at you.
or to hold
Uh,
a sword or a weapon in the way of the bullet to deflect it.
and so you play through the entire level in this super slow motion type effect. And then once you finish the level, the game replays that entire level for you in real time. So you can do some really crazy things like pick up things in the environment, throw them at enemies, or shoot your gun at them, throw your gun at them, have it bounce off of them, grab the gun out of midair, shoot somebody else, all while you're moving. And it is so much fun to watch those replays and see you do that in real time.
I'm a fan of the VR side of that, where you're stationary the whole time, and it's not the same game, but the mechanics are still more or less the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would be the guy who would uh, take care of everything in the area, and then want you to move to a new area, so learn where that is. So then when you restart, it's like, okay, I'm gonna warp over there as soon as I'm done over here. So I'll like throw a weapon in that direction,
Yeah.
hit the thing, and then you warp in, and it's like, okay, I need to do a 180 right now. Oh look, my gun is flying towards me. Catch it, and then just bam, just unload, and it's great.
Yeah. Shannon played through the VR version and really, really liked it. I'd love for that to be on Switch, but I really, really doubt that. Uh,
I think my VR version is broken or something. I got to a point where it wouldn't let me progress, and so I actually had to do exactly what I said, where I had to throw a weapon over there so I'd have something to work with.
mhm.
Because otherwise, I have no way shooting these guys off a balcony above me, and you can't use your super psychic power to explode them.
Yeah. So,
But
but if you
man,
haven't
the
played
regular
that game,
game is amazing as well.
check out some videos of that game and then download it and play it when it's out on Switch because it is crazy fun.
Oh man, imagine if they threw some parkour stuff in there.
Oh man, I you wouldn't see that in this release, but if they do a second game,
Super hot
I
too.
I could see that more hotter. You were alluding to some Persona news earlier.
Yes, I was. So I said earlier during my Persona 5 talk that I was more interested in playing it this week after a certain announcement. The
Yeah.
announcement was, I think it was today or maybe yesterday, lately. I don't know. Pretty sure it was. Pretty sure I saw it today though. Persona 5 Royal release date was announced, and it's for spring 2020.
Okay.
For
So
the
that
that
is
is for the
for
West, so it gives Japan time to get the game and then spoil everything
Mhm.
for us.
Exactly.
And the other thing, the other part of that I did learn this week, before all of this news, was that the save data doesn't carry over from Persona 5 to Royal, because Royal's kind of
It's got
a different. It's like a completely different game.
it's got new content.
A lot of new content apparently, because you don't carry anything over. But if you
Yeah.
do have save data, you get a bonus at the start. So there's that. But I mean, if you went out and leveled up, if you're going out and maxing out social statuses or your confidants, social links, whatever you want to call them, trying to build the best personas so that way you have a new game plus ready to go. It's not going to do you any good. It's just you're going to have a bonus at the start of the new game. That's it. Because you're going to be stuck with the personas that you unlock as you play the game regularly.
Hmm.
Which that's perfectly fine. I'm really curious if any of the DLC personas and outfits will carry over, or if
That's
they'll
a
have
good
to
question.
get a whole new set or something.
My guess is that it's probably not. It's probably
I
going
don't
to be a
know. I can't see
completely
a reason for
separate.
them to. It's probably already included with the game.
That could be too, because this is like a game of the year type thing. So some of that stuff is that may be included.
So here's hoping to an awesome Persona 5, more Persona 5. Yeah.
You can never have too much Persona.
It's like one of those moments where it's like, Tony, save me, please.
What I want is for them to finally announce a Switch port for Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
I'd play it.
I would play that as well.
I actually looked on my shelf probably 2 days ago. And I was like, I should probably play that one these days
It's so good.
because it's just right here. It's like 3 inches out of reach. Yeah, can't reach it. I'm not gonna move
So
closer.
good. If any game makes the jump from the Wii U to the Switch, it should be that. Because I don't think that got nearly enough attention on Wii U. So
It it was it was more Fire Emblem than it was Persona.
it was. It played. It was
It was
very
like a
much a
fire. It
Persona
was like a
game in
Fire
terms.
Emblem game designed by the Persona people or something. It's a weird.
I think it's the other way. I think it's more of a Persona game developed by the Fire Emblem team, is what it felt like, because it was the dungeon crawling uh, type stuff from the Persona series. It wasn't a strategy game, so it felt a lot like a Persona game, but it had a lot of Fire Emblem mixed in there.
Yeah,
So, but it's good. It is so good.
you know what else is good?
Shantae,
Yeah,
I knew where you were going.
gave you
Uh,
the segue and you actually took it this time.
so yeah, the next Shantae game, which was just called Shantae 5 because they hadn't announced the full title, now has a full title.
And now they can't just use her hair to make the number 5 anymore.
It's Shantae 7. Wait. Shan-
Going from 5 to 7 immediately.
exactly. Shantae and the Seven Sirens is what it's going to be called.
Yeah, it
So
looks like it'll be great. It's apparently going to have more half genies in this one.
it's going to have a lot of Shantae in it.
Yeah. And I guess we can
So,
count on the monkey transformation and some other adorable ones to appear
boy,
as
we
well.
better.
Yeah, if you don't have the monkey transformation, then it's not.
It's not a Shantae game.
Well, except for that one that is a Shantae game without the transformation.
Well, yeah, there was. It was on the Game Boy Color.
No, I was talking
Oh, you're talking about
Pirate.
Risky's Revenge
Yeah, that one.
or Pirate's Curse? Which one?
Pirate's Curse.
Pirate's Curse. Yeah, that's right. Because you weren't a genie in that one. Spoilers. Um,
No, you're a Shantae half pirate hero.
so, but yeah, Shantae and the Seven Sirens. I will definitely play this. I own every Shantae game. Just we just released a video on the YouTube channel that had Shantae in it. So
Yeah, I actually
go,
used the intro for well, part of the intro for the Shantae 5,
go check that out.
as it was still called at the time.
My Smash Brothers character wish list finally made it up to YouTube. So go check that out. Shantae is in that video.
Yeah, I had no idea how to name that video, by the way. Wishlist
Well, I think
sounds
you
a lot
did.
better.
I think you did good. You did good. So, Sony this week showed off 4 new colors for the DualShock. These will all be available sometime in the fall. The new colors are rose gold, which is a metallic pink color. It looks really nice. Just imagine pink gold peach from Mario Kart, but in controller shape. Uh,
Ew.
it's like the slime controller for Dragon Quest, only it's Peach's face. Uh, red camouflage. I'm moving away from that very quickly. And titanium blue, which is another metallic looking color. And then my favorite, the electric purple color, which looks is the same color as like the purple GameCube. So uh,
GameCube colored PlayStation
a
controller.
GameCube colored PlayStation controller, exactly. So I might have to add that to my list of controllers because it looks really nice. Those will all be available in the fall. And then also, they showed off a new headset that will be releasing shortly after that in November, which is a rose gold colored headset for the PS4.
I was so confused because their headsets are called gold headsets.
So now they're releasing a gold headset.
Thank you for clarifying.
Okay. So there you go. If you're in the market for a different colored controller for your PlayStation, I think the news story I saw with this said that now brings the total number of official colors for the DualShock 4 to 25.
It's not that many.
So,
They
I
should
mean,
do
the
what
Switch,
Microsoft does and let you just order your own custom
make your
controllers.
own control. That would be really nice.
In fact, they
I
should make
wish
it where you can just order a shell and then get the shell and just swap that out so that way you're not having to order a whole controller because that costs more money.
I wish you could do that with Switch controllers too.
With any controller, really.
It's true. Yeah. Microsoft, make that a thing. Make every company's controllers available in your fun little create your own color scheme controller thing. So, uh, a game you and I both love, Ethan, had a birthday this week.
A game that we both love had a birthday. Okay. Mutant Muds?
No,
Hmm. Dragon Quest Builders 2?
it did not. It's not even a year old. It's not even a couple months old yet. So,
Sean
no.
Connery.
Yes, Sean Connery is a game, and it had a birthday. No,
Yes.
PT.
P-
Because I love horror games.
PT's not a game.
Okay, a tech demo, that we both love had a birthday. No, PT turned 5 this week. I had no idea that it had been that long since PT came out.
Turned 5 years old, and I think it's only been gone for 4 years.
Exactly. You haven't been able to play it for 4, but it is, yes, it's been 5 years since PT first saw the light of day, scared everybody on the internet, and then was taken from people.
Taught us the true fear of hallways.
And the digital future.
Yep. Thanks, Konami, for the digital fear future.
The fear of the digital future. So,
The digital future of fear.
yeah, that's one of those games that I always said, I'd play if we could make some money off of it, and now I can't even do that. So,
I would have no problem just, modifying an old PS4, but I don't feel like doing that just so I can download this whenever there's a existence for this game on the internet that you can play on PC these days instead for free. Which
that
PT
icon,
was free to begin with, but
that's true. That icon just sits in my PS4 library, and I can't do anything with it. Because I never actually, I downloaded it once and then deleted it, and now the icon just sits there on my PS4.
I remember trying to beat that after having it for so long, and it took me I want to say 7 hours, and I had to remote in using a Vita, so that way I wouldn't I didn't have it on the TV. And then I had to get on the TV anyway because you got to do that voice command part.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to, but it helps. It goes quicker.
So now the spirit of PT lives on in the Blair Witch.
Or is it that the Blair Witch lived on in PT but then came back?
Yeah, it's gone full circle now. So
Weird.
when does that game come out? That's
Oh, I don't know. I was watching the trailer before the show.
It's not too terribly long, is it? It's out this year, right?
It came out in 1999.
Not the movie. I don't care
uh,
about the movie. Nobody cares. Oh, that's true.
oh, it comes out this month.
Oh, wow.
The 30th, according to Games Radar.
Okay, there you go.
Let me confirm that real quick.
Well,
Yeah, August 30th. There we go.
Okay. Well, while Blair Witch is coming out this month, next month a game is leaving the Microsoft Store forever.
Bullet Witch is leaving. Oh no.
No, no, no. That game will never leave. It. Bullet Witch will never die.
We're safe forever. Take
Yeah,
that, digital future.
This is news that Shannon had shared with us, and that is that Forza Motorsport 6 will be leaving digital stores. It is entering what they're calling its end-of-life status, and as of September 15th, the game will be removed from the Xbox Live Marketplace, and you will not be able to buy it.
That's sad.
So, this has happened with a number of the Forza games before, I think. So this is not uncommon for them. But yeah, so if you're interested in picking it up, you've got till September 15th to do that. Unless you have games with gold, it is currently available in the Games with Gold program for free. You can download that right now for free if you have Games with Gold.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
As of after September 15th, you won't be able to purchase it anymore. Of course, like with most games that get delisted, if you've already bought it, you would be able to re-download it again after that date. So you won't completely lose access to it if you've bought it before that. They also are offering a rather sizable discount on all of the DLC for the game.
Really?
Yes, there is a bundle for the DLC that is called the Complete Add-ons Collection Pack that normally would cost you $100. Like
wow.
if you got all the DLC for the game, it'd be $100. And they are, until the game gets delisted, offering that for $5.
That's a 95% off.
That is 95% off. So, yeah, that includes every bit of DLC that's been released for the game. You get it for $5. So if you have games with gold, you can get the entire game for $5.
Cool.
So, but as of September 15th, you will no longer be able to purchase the game at all on Xbox or PC. So it will be gone. There you go. That is the news for this week, Ethan.
Aw.
We don't have any listener feedback this week, so that will be the show.
Well, that's a short show.
It's a super short show, if you will. So
Dang
yeah,
it.
what
was it, Mike? Mike's
Mike's super short show.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Disney Channel. I think it was Disney Channel.
Was it Disney or Nickelodeon?
It was Disney. Well, I think it was Disney. I'm going to have to look it up now. Mike's Super Short Show. Mike's Super Short Show.
Disney.
So,
It was
yeah,
Disney.
I thought it was Disney Channel. Uh, yeah. So, Ethan, thank you for being on the Super Short Show this week.
My pleasure.
If you want to reach out to us, we have tons of new ways to do so. You can email us at podcast@procgent.com. That's PROCGENT.com. You can send us a voicemail if you want by clicking on the voicemail link on the right side of the website. You can send us voicemails up to 90 seconds in length, and we'll play those on future episodes of the show and respond to the questions that you have. If you like what we do here, you can now support us on Patreon, patreon.com/pgint. Patreon supporters will get a video version of the podcast a day early. These will normally go out on Tuesdays. Patreon supporters will get them on Monday. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/progenint. Check out our YouTube channel that we've got and see the content we've got going on up there. And then we still do have the Facebook group where you can interact with us on a daily basis as well.